Hi, I'm Magdalena, and I wanted to give you a little introduction to the evening program that we had last night, which was Maundy Thursday. And we actually had a message from Mary Magdalene, and she was very impactful in requesting that we understand the importance of clearing our central channel and opening ourselves to a new time. And this is a kind of normal message from spiritual advisors that we listen to. And yet, last night was very special because Mary spoke about her time 2,000 years ago and how it was possible to create instantaneously a healing with others. She spoke about how they did that and gave us very clear instruction in how to move forward in our own lives, dissolving those things which we have been carrying. She also spoke about how we can feel into this time as a time envelope, and that she and Christ felt this envelope of time that helped all of the spirits of nature and above, the above and the below, to come together in a way that made this instantaneous healing possible. And she spoke that we are now entering into another time envelope and the importance of being together in that process as community, and also recognizing, and she advised this and spoke about it very strongly, we are one species. And for peace to be on this planet, first we have peace within ourselves, and then we understand that we're all one and we're all in this one heart together. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's about an hour and a half, and it has very deep meaning for those of us who walked 2,000 years ago, who even believe that this time for them is when their light will shine its brightest, and when there is a call from them to actually become involved energetically or in whatever way is pertinent or feels comfortable for you in sharing this vibration of union. She talked about the book that she inspired, I Remember Union, and that it is the vibration of divine union. So if you are interested in that book, we can also make it possible for you to receive one and to understand also that her lineage and her consciousness is now being developed into a film called I Remember. So I hope you'll join us in this amazing possibility of instantaneously remembering our divinity, our alignment with truth, and that this is our time, and this is why we came. Enjoy. Well, I'm going to breathe for a moment and call in the essence of Mary Magdalene and begin our program for this evening. As many of you know, 34 years ago, I was in a church in McLean, Virginia, and I became aware of the essence of Jesus Christ, and therefore, Mary Magdalene, and began this journey that has taken me 34 years. And Magdalene was aware of this timing and also of a message that she wants to bring for you. So I want you to also understand this as a message for you individually, that her presence this morning and all day has been very active in me to offer you a way forward that she lived with Yeshua, and that she felt and feels is the key to opening us to this eternal life and the essence of truth that we all are endeavoring and striving to live in this time. All right, so I'm going to close my eyes and begin to breathe, and then she'll be with you. And she offers you the light that she carries, the truth that she brings, and the eternalness of being in oneness together. Since the beginning, you and I have walked together in many lifetimes that we have no recollection of logically, but we know are intertwined with our very essence. I awakened this one this morning because of the awareness that she has of the importance of this time, this date, this week, and this knowing. And others have supported her in this process. The one Dominique, others, the one Lisa, they are supporting us in bringing this to you this evening for your highest good, but also for the groundedness of your being. The sentence that I awoke this one this morning with was that the freedom of the vessel, the openness of the channel and life force within is the key to everything that you seek. It is the key to creation and procreation, to clear eyesight, losing weight, bringing forth the pressure of the blood and the movement of the blood in the veins and arteries in harmony and balance. It is wellness on the mind, wellness on the body, clarity of being, sexuality, sensuality, everything that humans endeavor to carry in and through the body, heart, mind, and spirit flows through this channel in the center of the body. And every time you breathe, you have the opportunity to completely align with the divine. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to even know what it means. The breath comes through you in such a way that you are cleansed every moment. And tomorrow we will go to the place of Banyas, where the emerald green water in Israel flows into the pool to support the release of all that you want to release, all that you want to clarify, and all that you want to ground. In the morning meditation that we will do, we will be a part of together. I want you to understand that 2,000 years ago, there was an envelope of time. And the envelope of time that I and Yeshua were in together, along with the 1,000 light bearers that created that experience, were held in that envelope of time between dimensions. And we are entering a time such as that now. The envelope of time that you are restoring into your awareness now is designing the future of this planet with the grace, the clarity, the truth, and the import of all that has already transpired 2,000 years ago. It is as if we are reliving that experience. Not that we are standing in and among Roman soldiers. We are standing in and among other soldiers. And yet, we have the clarity, you each have the clarity to unify your body, emotion, mind, and spirit in this central place, so that again you are entering that envelope of time, opening that doorway, standing in that space, and forfeiting what you call duality. If you think about the time that I speak of, when there was divine union in the masculine and feminine introduced into duality, there was a community such as this that held a strong enough fiber to weave a new basket of truth onto the planet. And you have that capacity now. We are entering a time where magic and what you say, synchronicity, that, that word of union happening without thought, that is the way it is now. It is sparking the consciousness of one just as it did then. The portals were open between heaven and earth. We could instantaneously heal by bringing the portals through the channel in the center of each person's body, aligning them. And of course, the sentence, because we could, because we can. That alignment held itself in a structural envelope of truth. And each person could receive it, could stand within it, could receive it, because there was not a dual faction in that envelope. So as you are all entering into this future dynamic through the free heart experience, you are creating this fiber of awareness that transports souls to a different time, a different space, a different way of being, a foundation that is now created through your own intention. Now, I want to say for you this, that you do not have to know how. You do not have to have training. You do not have to believe anything. You stand in the shower of the consciousness of truth through the portal of heaven. And you get there through your heart, of course. And as you stand there, you are opening to that space of time where there was no division or separation, and where clarity, it wasn't a word. It was a state of being. Each of you has the capacity to stand in this light, to hold it tightly, and to breathe through it as a tube or a pipe or a pillar or a wand or a stream. And to know that that stream can now clear everything within you. I like to think of it as a place in time where our turnings are accelerated, our wisdom is, let's just say, grounded and clarified more, and that every part of us is available to the structure of how truth forms itself from light. I am an emissary of light. I am here designing clarity through light in every moment, through each of you and others. I am completing my life through your actions, through the film that we are creating. We are bringing this envelope of time into form through this film. And you are all part of that understanding because you are all there. No matter what you think about that time, you are accelerated by the very sense or sensitivity or sensibility of being part of the movement of oneness that is accentuated and demonstrated and defined by heart. When the one Christ, Jesus, Yeshua, however you think of him, and I walked, when we walked together, there were ripples of consciousness that went out to the people and touched them. The ripples were of substance and form. We can say substance is feminine and form is masculine. That is accurate. And yet, it was the combination of that momentous awareness that brought each individual to their own heart center. When the heart center opens, the channel in the body is activated to release that which does not vibrate, resonate, or acclimate itself to that heart frequency. And so just as you are learning in many of these programs that are offered in this community, it doesn't matter if you need to forgive or be forgiven, or if this didn't work and that doesn't work and that won't work. And it's about the vibration of being in the moment, which opens the future to this envelope of time, which consciousness now surrounds us with. So we would walk, and we walked a lot. We walked a lot, and it was very dry and dusty. And that's why we washed our feet so much. That's why we honored each other with oils. And why we remembered that the feet touch every part of the body, every part of the heart, every part of the mind, and all of the spirit. It is my intention this evening to awaken your memory of being part of the future, part of the past, part of the now, and part of the creation of this envelope of time, where the synchronous unification of intention, action, and foundation provides miracle, just as it did then. A miracle is only something that the mind cannot understand, that happens in relationship to time, out of order, but in synchronous order with being. And so as we stand together, live together, breathe together, We open these channels so that miracle after miracle after miracle can create itself, because there is no thing in this envelope of time that defines it as impossible. Another thing I would wish to say for you, because it is accurate, is that this is not a patriarchal space. It is not even a matriarchal space. It is a unified space of both and all. When we step out of the patriarchy, which only means, let's just say, registered by thought, and we step into a unified space, the heart, because it is eternal, universal, connected with all points of reality, and defined by the essence of union and oneness, then it allows for all of the attributes and fortifications of our connection with the divine to be brought forward, even if we don't know what the divine is. You see, the mind forecasts, delivers, defines, makes dogmatic, separates out, judges, does all those things. When the heart, and this is not about love, like I love you, you love me, we love each other. This is about the heart that beats as a primal indicator of life, of the honoring of life. That's what I mean when I say heart. And when we're in that experience, there is nothing missing, in a sense, because all aspects of life, all universal parts of the experience of creation, and all of the dynamics that we have lived in and through are present. It is a confluence. And a confluence means this: all time runs like a river through your awareness. All time runs around you in a circle. The circle of the confluence and the circle of the river are the same because they always join. So it is not possible for you to be alone or left out or judged, because this confluence surrounds you in the fluid and substance of the feminine, which always honors life. That's its job. Now, when the feminine is allowed through choice, through experience, or through determination to honor life, it is a message for humanity. And that message is stronger and stronger and stronger now because of the envelope of time. Each of you has this available way of living in the dynamic of what I call absoluteness. Absoluteness. No matter what you have going on in your program, no matter what you think defines you or has carried you to this moment, may carry you off, no matter what you think, but no matter what it is, what is real is that as a particle of consciousness in that subatomic level, where this envelope of time is actualizing, you are in perfection. You are in absoluteness. The conditions that have defined your life are no longer applicable. You want very much to understand that because it frees you to move just like you could move your pencil on a piece of paper, to move the energy up and down your spine, in and through your organs, opening all of the centers, developing an awareness of them, and having so much energy that every part of you celebrates your beingness. And there are no conditions. You cannot tell me, well, I have this and it won't work for me, because I know that is not accurate. I have lived in times when the miracles were abundant. And those times were as hard as these times in their own way. So the envelope you want to imagine is from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. And that entering the envelope from the top and the bottom is a confluence of energy of whatever color you want it to be. Each of you is individual enough to determine, does the river flow from the top first or the bottom? Does it go all the way through, or do I go back and get more? Do I change sides? Do I go up and then down, down and then up? What do I do? I will allow the envelope to assist me to understand who I am now and how I relate to creation. I know that I am not separate from anything, and that my choices define every moment of my existence. There are no victims, there are no actual accidents in a sense. It is that you are aware of what is occurring and you stand in it to the best of your ability. Now, this is the evening when those who were close in the envelope of time chose to gather as we are gathering. And they chose to break bread and to drink wine and to celebrate by washing feet. Everyone always got their feet washed. It wasn't just one person. You want to remember that in a community, everyone is equal. And there are those that see and those that are seen. There are those that know and those that learn. But in a unified space of community, everyone is honored equally. And what has come forth from that awareness is that there was no death, actually. Judas did not die, Christ did not die, Magdalene did not die. That we lived. We moved space, designed a different community, moved outside of what you call time. And that these truths will be born again in this time and disempower the stories that have held the people captive. We are no longer held by what happened in 324 AD. Through many ways, books and films and movements, we will disempower that which holds humanity still captive. As you breathe this new reality, or old reality, or the reality, you will remember, bring together again the truth of who you were, what you carry, and why you are here. And the darkness that has seeped into you in any way will be disclosed for what it is, will be revealed, will be opened out. And this envelope of time, this place of pure consciousness, will take its place within you. Because any darkness that you have experienced or feel that you hold is because it has been held in a dualistic, dishonest system, which is now being overturned. Each of you has within you a key. And the key is so that you have the capacity to align only with truth. Now, I see it as a searchlight from your third eye that goes out in every direction, and you see what is there before it happens. You are honoring that spontaneous space inside you of healing on an every moment, every second, every atom, every subatomic level or basis. It only requests one thing of you, and that's that you step into the shower of light, of grace, of the river, of the tributaries, however you think about it. And you allow that substance of fluid from the feminine to cherish every part of you again. As only the great Mother Sophia can cherish your life. If you think about the ripples that went out from the masculine and feminine 2,000 years ago, and you feel the momentum that that caused in the hearts of the people, you realize that it was a river and a tributary of the above into the below through the vessels of those who carried it. And each of you is now being invited to be a vessel, to carry what it is that is the antidote to dualism and dualistic separation and all of those things, so that the people feel the possibility, the opportunity, the capacity to fully be in alignment with that divine essence. If you think about it for just a moment, when you stand in the shower the next time, or join us in the morning for the meditation, you will realize that the molecules of water that you're standing in have intelligence. They have information. They have the substance of the feminine. And they are communicating with the cells of your body. As they communicate, there is a language. We call it light language, that is being absorbed into the essence of your body, mind, spirit, and heart, that refutes dualism, judgment, separation, self challenge, what you challenge yourself with, your thoughts, your continual thoughts of, the BS that you accost yourself with for no reason. The water is the temperate space through which your central channel of energy, your life force, can be revitalized. So it comes down the tube. It goes over your body as you're standing under the shower, but it also goes down the center of your body inside in your imagination or your intention, and it clears that channel out. As it clears it out, as you breathe, there is a memory now of home. And home can be heaven, but home can be earth as well. And home can be each other. And home can be joy. And I know that you struggle with joyfulness. I know that. I know each of you. I walk with you. You've walked with me. You walk with me now. I know joy is not an essential ingredient for your daily imbibing or abiding. Joy is something that you have once in a while, if at all. But joy is what the subatomic level in your body, that which we affect through the flower essences that we've commissioned, that subatomic level, that is what opens and responds to the fibers of the basket, the consciousness of being aligned together in the available space of your body. Your body is designed to celebrate and be joyful. It is. There is no way that you would have been designed otherwise. It would make no sense. Why would an omnipotent being or beings design in their own image an unjoyful being to represent them or to create with them, or it makes no sense. So when you're standing in the shower, imaginary or actual, every part of you awakens to the divine nature of that molecule, which communicates to you that now is in and deeply from this envelope an invitation. I am challenged to sit still, to just speak to you. I want to dance and move and shake you sometimes. Sometimes, shake you because your mind is so dense and trying to hear me from the density and asking questions from density. I can hear the questions that you're asking with your density. And it is not actually funny, but it is laughable. Every word from Yeshua's mouth was from his heart. Every touch of his hand was from his heart. And you are no better than he. You are the same as he. Your mind does not know more than his, cannot determine or decipher more than he deciphered. So why are you afraid to live from your heart, touch from your heart, speak from your heart, look from your heart, be from your heart? It is only conditioning, and therefore it is nothing, actually. Because conditioning is not real. It is superimposed. So 34 years ago, I began to sit with this one here who is speaking for you. And I gave her in this book of I Remember Union, a vibration. And the book has the vibration of union. You don't even need to read it, you just hold it and you know. That's its vibration. So if you just want to feel the vibration that I speak of, just hold the book. You can listen to her voice if you choose. And that vibration is coming forth onto the planet as a visual in the film that we are creating. Because this time capsule, this space, will surround the planet as we walk the future into being together. And it will take all of us. It will take thousands of us. And each of you will open to that and share that in whatever way you do. We are ready to support you in ways that you have absolutely no reason about, mind understanding about. Your reason doesn't yet understand. We are ready to stand with you as you stand with the heart of the one. Legions and legions and legions of beings will surround this earth as this unfolds in this time envelope. When you stand in the shower, when you stand in the awareness and vibrate at that rate of speed, which is union, any part of you that is not of that vibration cannot survive. Whether it be illness or crankiness, or it doesn't matter. I could name so many elements of the design of human, and how human beings learn and all these different things. And we are going to now step around that, in front of that. If you do not support that, it dissolves. You know better than anyone how it works in your own system. So you begin now to open and expand, breathe, communicate. And the light language quickens you, opens you, and vibrates as union within you. And then everything is possible. Because the design that we are walking into place is already there. We are opening to this future. It's already there. The path of truth is already there. We are just entering it more and more with every breath. It is our time, and you know that. And the more that you are in the central channel of consciousness, that divine union and that light of being, the more what you see will reflect what is, and the illusion will dissipate, and you will walk a new path and bring others onto that path with you. You are here to dynamically create a new path. There is no other reason that you came. And it does not matter what you've gone through. In a sense, it is like this question mark, like, so what? So what? The real question is, where are you going? And when are you going to get there? And how much do you care about getting there? And how much do you know that all others that are initiating that with you will meet you there? And then it will be the celebration of a newfound territory, a newfound beingness, a new world, the new earth. Now, we are with you in many different ways, and you want to acknowledge that perhaps you are working with fairies or gnomes or trees or flowers, the sky or stars, animals, children, the elderly. You are working with whatever you're working with. Maybe it's light. Maybe you are a meditator. Maybe you are a teacher. Maybe you are someone who writes or creates screenplays or films or donates, contributes, supports. Everyone's role has a fulcrum point. And the fulcrum points are, if you think about it as very tiny at the bottom, like a point, going up into a wider top, like if you were to take a piece of paper and wrap it around, spin it around, and so that it was like a funnel you could put water in, that kind of shape. Each of you is one of those shapes, and you touch into the earth and into the world, however you do, from what I just spoke about, some of those different aspects. And you go into the earth, and then you bloom at the top. You come out and you are round at the top. So water can come down through you. So light can come down through you. Truth, order, all those things can come down through you. And your petals are touching. The edges of your paper are touching. You are touching. You are touching. And pretty soon you realize who's touching you, who's connected to you, who's aware with you, whose value is offering itself to you, and who you are offering your value to. And it's a new kind of community. It's a sense of being held by rose petals in the scent of the divine flowering of pure natural elements. I am speaking to you about destiny here. your destiny. You have come here for this destiny. And you will live it in whatever way you choose to live it. It's absolutely still free will. And yet, you are being called. You are being held, and you are being inspired. You are being invited. You are being hailed. It was raining, torrential rain, 34 years ago, when this one was in the church in her bobby socks and sneakers, not having anticipated going to church. And when Yeshua beckoned to her, she looked around as if to determine if anyone else was receiving that beckoning. And we have, through the book, through the film, through the understandings, begun to beckon to you. We have begun to elicit from you a response. Now, I will be very clear with you about that. You are being invited because your destiny is to be clear, to be healed, to be light, and to stand in the world in a way as a marker of a new dimension, a new time, and new capabilities. So you will need to walk out of the limits that you impose upon yourself, because no one else is imposing them. And you can. There is an image of Yeshua with a heart on top of his heart, like the heart of the Christ or of Yeshua, or however, it is determined here. And so you can imagine that you have Yeshua's heart on your heart, that the heart that you could imagine, you could take one of those heart boxes of candies, and just place it on your heart as Yeshua's heart. And you can imagine in the top of your head a light, a beacon that comes down through you every time you breathe and captures that heart in light and sends it out, sends it everywhere, all time, all at the same time. All time is no time, And your feet are in the earth, the great mother earth, into her heart. My light is coming in your head because I am the emissary of light. I'm the lighthouse of light. Christ is in your heart. Great mother's in your feet. And all around you are the legions of souls who have come forward now to sustain a new time with you. And then you are breathing that light through your body. Because you see, the Magdalene stream of substance coming in the top of your head, and that is me and all the other Magdalenes and all the feminine, coming through the top of your head down through your channel, is how you open to that profound possibility of your destiny. Because every single thing that you find objectionable about your life is in your channel. And when it's not there, there's no objections. Nothing to object to or about. It is why this recognition, this soul recognition that they call soul recognition, it is clear the channel, open it out, feel the joy, come alive. And I really wanted to tell you this evening because we are on this precipice. And around you is the dissolution of the structures that have held you. And every time you are breathing that light and living that light and being that light, there are new creations that come forth from you. And then you are not as concerned about what is falling apart. You are much more aware of what is being built and created and sustained. I just want you to understand the simplicity of which I speak and of which I encourage you to live. The other thing that I want to say for you is that each of you has a design and that it is not as clear for you as it could be. And when the mind is quiet and the heart is awake, the breath offers you. It is like a scale in the body. The music of a harp or of a piano, moving up and down a noted scale, so that you begin to feel as if every part of you is awakening with your heart, with your breath, and with the fluid that's flowing over you. It is no longer accepted in your civilization for the past to be stronger than the present, because then it gives you this false sense of identity. When you step into the present and open to the future, you then find out who you really are. And you can step in to that. And it does not matter how you define that. It does not matter, as I said, what you have withstood. There is no energy now for that, because the promise is here. The promise of 1,000,000 years of dreaming is peace. And for you to live that peace, to bring it, to represent it, and to offer it, means that you feel it first. You live it first, and it is a joyful place because there is no antagonist, either inside you or outside of you. Now, you are being given tremendous opportunity to react to outer confluences that are butting heads and causing challenge and even making people fly home. Weather, war, famine, flood, all those things, fires. And the ultimate resolution of all of this is the one heart. No matter what you look at, where you go, who you talk to, what's happening, the ultimate resolution is the one heart. So you are being given an opportunity to know about it, to live it, to choose it, and to create from it, so that you are one of the ones that offers the solution, that offers a way forward through that one heart. And I know I have lived humanly. I know what it's like to face all kinds of demons. I know. I know. And I also know the way out of them. And this evening, I am doing my best to support you in seeing, feeling, knowing, remembering, and acting on what I know. Now, there will be those of you who really want to do this in a very much more methodical way than standing in a shower. So draw your 7 centers in their rainbow colors from red to ultraviolet, from bottom to top. Draw them. And take your pencil and bring the light in the top of the head through each of the centers. And then from the bottom up, if you want, or from the bottom up first and then down. Put your hand on each of the centers if you are the healing type. Balance one, and then balance the next one to the certain one you started with. And then balance the next one to those other two. And just feel that going through, clearing and clearing and clearing. Play music in whatever key your associated energy center would like to open to, starting with C at the bottom, ending with B at the top. The scale of who you are, the rainbow of who you are, the colors, sensations. This is how you prepare to walk through the world as it dissolves and destructs. Because this is where your energy field, in its congruence, then provides a way forward that is a path that others will join you on to support and assist others who do not know that path. So your kindness and compassion, the love from within you, the love from within you, which is heart space, will reach out and gather others to you. If you don't know what to do in this time of absolute chaos, do this. Align yourself, balance yourself, fortify yourself, so that every step you take makes that ripple that Yeshua and I made when we walked. So feel that for a moment, the opening in the top of the head, the light coming through. Yeshua's heart on your heart. the earth beneath your feet, all of your centers awakening, relating to each other, the strong ones supporting the less strong ones, the less strong centers receiving from the stronger centers, beginning to radiate this field of light, creating ripples in your relationships, in your lives, in your body, in your art, in your creativity, in your songs, in your voice, in your beingness. And feel your beingness extending out now to everyone else who is with us this evening, and those who will be with us later this evening, and tomorrow, and all the days that follow. And imagine this envelope of time where all things are possible, and we will walk together in each moment, so that we have with us the destiny of all peoples. We are one species. There are no borders. The earth has no boundaries. We are walking the future in to our one species, our one earth, through the breath of life, which has no end. As you are with this idea and this way of perceiving, I've asked the one who is speaking for you to read the epilogue of the book I Remember Union, which was the first chapter that she received when we were co-writing this epistle, this epic film to come. And I would like each of you to hear it, even if you know it, from a different place this evening, from a place where you recall signing up to support this movement, which is what it is. This movement toward one species, one heart, one earth. It is called Imagine. Imagine all the players coming together, the cast forming without conscious knowledge, all the ties that bind, bringing together the souls of time, to align once and for all, thus creating the most monumental advancement in human consciousness ever experienced. In all time, of all time, for all time. You are assembling now. Now you are assembling. There is no way to move apart from the thrust of the import. No way to negate the call of the soul through time for expression and resolution. There are no borders within which to stay, for the boundaries are moving faster than the resistance. And for once, the resistance has no form, cannot carry with it the intention, because none exists. Imagine that now the players are assembling to draw all together in the final act of humanity. The choice of humanity for union. Look and recognize our family, the family of our true origin, for none other matters. For it is only the family of your soul who calls. Look only to the moment to bring you the joining you seek. Look only to your soul to tell you the import of itself. Listen. Listen to the voice of the harp and the drum. Listen. Listen, time is calling. Look, time is hailing. Be with the hailing and the calling, and deep within yourself, you will feel the responding rhythm of the beat of being. Seek no further, for you have found the way home. It lies within and has begun its last true trumpet call. You are assembling, and therefore it is time. There are no more questions to be answered. Believe that this is the final act, and the design is truth in form for all time now. I will leave you with this idea that you are being called to support this movement, to live your life fully now with no exception. And that just outside of your reach, just outside of reason, is the truth. And when you stand in the truth, there's nowhere else to go. And you're home. Now, I have made a commitment to this community, to this one here speaking, and I make it to all of you. I am available to you, for you, and I do walk with you. So just for a moment now, please feel me in your individual space, in your little box. Anchor me in your field. Feel me in your heart. Feel my arms around you, my hands on your shoulders, my hands on your head, whatever feels for you that we now walk together. It has been said that no human being is truly alone, and I know that to be accurate. You can choose whomever and whatever you want to support you, to be with you, to walk with you. And I would be honored if you chose to walk with me as well as others. And there will come a time in this year of 20 and 23 where we will come together more deliberately, more completely. And we will honor the time capsule and bring the elements as standard bearers to more deeply affect the people. Firstly, in this time of the spring, open to your own blooming. Feel your centers balance. Bring light through you. Ground and foundation the intention to be part of this very amazing ripple of conscious orientation with the divine. Notice how you meet each other, touch each other, and feel each other differently now. Notice how those beautiful furling edges come together and touch as rose petals. The softness of being in alignment together is pure bliss. I hope that these words have held for you some merit, have opened the possibilities of your healing and expansion, and that together, the ripple that we create will heal the world, bring the people together, have them remembering their origin and choosing to be in oneness with each other. This is the promise. And remember, it is not what you think is happening that is happening by looking at your world's events. We are pushing through the ground now as new shoots. We have all of the kingdoms with us. All of the kingdoms honor life. And when you do the same, it will make all the difference. I send and surround you in the bliss of being and in the gratitude of all that we have shared and will continue to share. And I marvel at the image of the world that awaits us through our choice to create it. Thank you. Thank all of you. And may our blessings completely enshrine all beings in all places, in all times, for the highest good of light and order and truth and union. All my relations. Yes. Thank you.